Hello, it's me. Hey guys, thank you for coming for the Barcamp session. This is a very interesting, it's my favorite format of all of the formats that we've got today. These are the elevator pitches. Imagine you are in an elevator with the Secretary General of the United Nations and you've got to pitch your heart out for your latest idea, your latest innovation. They used to say when I worked in the newspapers that if you can't tell a story in 400 words, you don't know what you're talking about. At the Barcamp, we like to say that if you can't sum up your pitch in 3 minutes, you don't know what you're talking about. So first up, we're going to be looking at sunflowers, but a very different kind of sunflower, as we have, is it, how to say it, Rabea Koss, and she's going to be talking about sunflowers.
Hello. Hi. Hi, my name is Rabea, as you've just said. Thanks for the intro. I'm with Little Sun, and I present the Sustainable Development Goal number 7, which is clean energy access for all. So energy access is actually crucial for almost all of the Sustainable Development Goals. It impacts education, it impacts your health, it impacts poverty eradication, basically all of them. But it is very difficult to imagine for people in Germany, for instance, or Europe. They take energy access for granted. We are so used to it, but for over 1 billion people around the world, energy access is a huge issue. Kids can't go to school, or they go to school in the darkness. It's a big safety problem. They can't study after dark because they don't have a light to study. Or if they have light, it's a kerosene lamp, which is very dangerous and toxic for your health. Businesses can't stay open because they don't have light at night. So try to imagine the last time you were in complete darkness. Was there like a time where you couldn't find any light, where you couldn't see anything? If you're not a big outdoor fan or go camping every summer or to festivals, chances are high that it's tricky for you to remember the last time you were in darkness. So what Little Sun does is we believe in the power of art and creativity to raise awareness for energy access. We do that with this little sunflower, which is actually called the Little Sun. So you have a solar panel on the back, you charge it in the sun for 5 hours, and then you turn it around and you light it up. What we do with it is we sell it globally to people who have access to light, to people who don't have access to light. We sell them at a higher price in areas with access to electricity, and the sales of that make it possible for us to deliver them to people who don't have access. For the launch of Little Sun, for instance, we went to the biggest museum in the UK, the Tate Modern, and turned off the light. Our founder is an artist from Denmark, Olafur Eliasson, and he works a lot with light, so that's why we started off in the museum. We turned off the light, and people could walk through the exhibition only with the power of the sun. So they had these lights, no light whatsoever, and could look at the pictures. We believe that that's had a big impact at you. If you have an emotional connection to the problem, you understand it, and you hopefully will take action. So what we do is we bring the lamps to people around the world. We raise awareness in different projects, like these kind of blackouts at Tate Modern. We also go to festivals and have something that we call sunlight graffiti. So people go in a dark room with one of these lights, and they draw a picture with the power of the sun. Or we do kids' workshops where we talk to the kids about what it means to not have electricity, what the sun actually does for us, how we can use the power of the sun to have light at night. We also have a Little Sun Foundation, just started now, which brings light to refugees, to school children who live in very remote areas, and to people affected by hurricanes, like we did to Puerto Rico in the past, because they didn't have any electricity. So yeah, I hope you join our mission of bringing solar energy to all. You can go online, littlesun.com. You can buy a lamp to support us. You can go to the foundation's website, which is littlesunfoundation.org, and donate. or you just spread the message about solar energy for all. Thank you. Up next.
Okay, hi, I'm Harriett Marshall, and I am from, well, I wear various hats. The first one I want to briefly talk to you about is a movement called Teach SDGs, hashtag Teach SDGs. If there are any educators here, I know there are quite a few, please go along, and we've got about 18,000 plus Twitter followers, and a number of those have pledged all around the world to teach the Sustainable Development Goals within school contexts and wider community contexts. And this has just emerged organically. It's a voluntary movement. We began over a year ago, and it's come up at such speed. And we've been supporting the world's largest lesson, who are here, and using their resources and developing resources and connections with teachers all around the world to get more involved in engaging with the global goals. Another hat I wear in the UK, that's where I'm from, is the Global Learning Programme, which has been a government-funded programme with 7,500 schools who've been actively engaged in global citizenship education and moving from a charity mentality to a social justice mentality in schools, working with a number of organisations to make that happen. And one of the most exciting things personally that I've found, I've had a background in global learning for over 20 years now, has been the projects that have been emerging that are intergenerational, that are not just in silos, not just schools developing resources or teachers teaching to students, that there's an element of reverse mentoring, that that projects incorporate parents, community groups, private sector organisations, and that there's genuine collaboration across sectors, but really vitally intergenerationally. I mean, when was the last time you sat and talked to someone either 20 years younger or older than you about issues that you're really passionate about? So if you like, my other pitch is not only to join the Teach SDGs movement, but also I'm interested in those people who are working on projects that deliberately foster intergenerational dialogue in open and safe spaces as well. We've talked a lot in this conference so far about solidarity across nations. I'm really interested in things that also work towards solidarity across generations. And so my project is called Partner Up, but you can find me on Twitter, and I think that's my pitch. Thank you.